title, name.
Okay, perfect. You can just look at me and that.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Go. Where we're going? Wait, I wanted to tell her. Hi, guys. Well, anyway, welcome to the episode number 1 of Real Talk in Ferguson. What's your name?
Delina Jones. You want me to talk to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Delina Jones?
Mm-hmm.
You're a business owner, right?
Yes.
So, what the hell's going on in Ferguson?
Well,
Hold on a sec. Hey, man, we're doing a show. Shh.
Well, first off, I'm Delina of 911 Hair Salon in Ferguson on West Florissant Avenue.
Yeah, I know that already.
Here, do you?
Yeah, I know that already. I've talked to you. That's the magic of TV.
Okay, well, you know, I've been here since like day one, and I mean, right now it's raining, so.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Because there's a lot of people who are starting to like gather up, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because, you know, earlier in the week it was freezing cold and they were laying on the ground in the Loop.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but
it was like in the teens and 20s. And they were
but those are organized protesters. These are young guys from the neighborhood we're talking about. So there's a whole difference.
Yeah, it gets a little different when they go into other areas, let me say, that are not far from here, but the dynamic of the area is different. You know, the demographics is different of the area.
No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay. If you're going to be on my TV, then you're going to talk real.
Okay, well, let's say
let's go like this. All right. Let's talk Michael Brown and if the cop's going to be acquitted, and we all think he's going to be acquitted.
We have speculation of that, yeah.
Well, why do you think he's going to be acquitted?
Well, I just, based off evidence.
I'm over here. Because he hit a cop.
Yeah, based off the evidence and facts that is more and more coming out. You know, I can't do this to a cop.
No, you can't. Look, you can't touch a cop.
No, you can't. You know, you could do this and they're going to say, oh, you assaulted me.
And then I have every right to fear for my life.
I would definitely be in fear of my life.
Now, the talk here is, tell me if you agree with it, the talk is, that doesn't mean the cop had to chase him down 100 feet and then drop him. Isn't that right? Isn't that what we're talking about?
Well, I haven't said that. My statement is that I feel like maybe there was excessive force in shooting. I was not at the scene. I know, but it's sad when anyone lose their child. Anyone of black on black crime, police on civilian crime. No one wants to lose their baby.
True enough.
You know.
Yeah.
So the fact is, I was not there.
But you got a feeling on it, so lay it out.
Right. I'm just saying. I never stated that I took videos or anything. So I only look at what is evidence. You know, what is facts. So
the facts is you know them. Would you vote to not charge this officer?
I'm not gonna say that because I haven't heard all the facts.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that because I have not heard all the facts. My thing is that no one has for surely heard all the facts. A lot of the things that we heard have been rumored. You know what I mean? So it's rumored.
So would you accept the grand jury's decision?
I wouldn't have any other choice.
9 whites, 3 blacks.
I didn't pick them.
Would you accept it? You accept the decision of the system?
I don't think I have a choice. Let me tell you the reason why I say that.
All right.
Our judicial system works in a certain way, magnitude, a certain manner. It works the way it works.
Okay.
It's been like that since the 1700s.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's just go all the way back to history.
No, we're not. We're in Ferguson.
No, I know.
We're going to 1700.
Because I want to make it clear that this has been a system that has been in effect since long before you and I were born. So to say that something is just going to jump off and change within a matter of a day or a couple of months is just not true.
You think there's going to be like any change? For instance, let me go like this. Question 1.
Mm-hmm.
Why do more black guys get arrested than white guys?
Well,
that's what this is really all about.
It's about
beyond the young man, but you know, let's break it down to what it is.
I think that cops, along with a lot of people, feel intimidated by black people. period, man or woman. I think that men are more intimidating because men tend to fight with the force of powers, you know, the male strength or whatever. So I think that police feel more intimidated by a black man. Period.
Whether they're white or black.
It's profiled because it's in paperwork like that.
Okay, profiling being one, the fear of the black planet.
Well, the fear of the black because, so to speak, depending on your area. So is your area a red zone? Or is it saying that this is an area that I can go in and I don't have to fear for losing my life as a police officer? I mean, they have those areas, you know, so they have areas that they know.
Okay, is it just profiling?
No, I don't, as far as what?
Like why black guys get arrested more than white guys? Because there's also the poverty point of things, isn't it?
Right, I don't think it's just profiling. And when I say profile, I mean literally like this is something that's written up what may more likely happen in this area. I don't mean like, okay, I see you and I'm like, okay, I'm profiling you. I mean that this is trained. This is like if you go into...
Okay, I got that. Okay. I got that. You're struggling. You're doing TV now.
I'm
like, don't do
TV. I'm not.
Hold the mic so it doesn't make noise, please.
Hold the mic so it doesn't make noise.
Yeah, like
well, they don't give me good equipment, dude. Look how little that is.
It's very tiny.
What's very tiny?
That mic, I'm questioning.
Oh.
Why is it so... Mine is bigger than yours.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, so wait, we got some Twitter questions, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, just from the audience.
Okay, I'm going to put my foot on your stool.
You want to come on?
No.
Well, we're waiting for the Twitter questions.
I think just the first question everybody wants to know, is it definite that they will have a verdict tomorrow?
Is it definite that I have a verdict tomorrow?
No, it's not definite.
That's definitely not definite. Look, the fact of the matter is, the media doesn't know what's going on.
No, it's rumored.
In fact, you know, you look around and you look up and down, it's kind of like a show.
Yeah.
It's like the Ferguson riot show.
Well, it's been a show since August.
Since it got tore up.
Yeah, it's a sad show for me.
How come?
Because I live here, I work here, my business is here, and you know we have the street is full of cars, but they're not spending money.
And you told me earlier, like you said, this wasn't unrest, it was a riot.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree that you know certain looks and gear is intimidating. Okay. However, I was here when the riot started. It was a riot. There were people. It was crazy. So I think that as a fair person, I cannot say, oh my God, it wasn't a riot. It was a riot. I mean, I think that's what you can call it.
It disappoints you?
Yeah, it's very disappointing. I couldn't believe that was happening, especially when myself and my children were in my business and we were broke into while we were in there.
And this is your place?
Yeah, I pay taxes, rent, bills.
All right. The other part of profiling is one, poverty is another. Look, you know, poor people do crime. Lots of poor white people. Lots of white people do crime.
Yeah.
Lots of poor black people do crime.
Yeah.
But like everything else in this country, statistically, a greater percentage of blacks are poor. So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, but we can't solve poverty.
No.
But we can solve profiling.
Yes.
Has the authorities done anything to show you, if people accept the decision of the grand jury, that anything's changed? Blue panel commissions, you know what I mean? We're going to discuss a community review board for the police, but they actually haven't done anything.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm a fair believer just from living my life that things is a process. So things that are to be changed will hopefully be changed future-wise. It's not going to be, okay, the decision, they made their decision, so like, you know, next week everything's going to be okay. That's not going to happen.
Well, I keep reading the newspapers and they're like, this is a moment in America, a reckoning to think of ourselves. Do you really think anything's going to come out of this?
I hope so, but I think that in order for something to come out, that people have to change their mind.
Do you think so? Not that you hope so. I mean, you're a real woman.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think anything's going to change with the police unless the people, as far as the criminal-minded people, change. And
you're saying there's a lot of criminal minds around here.
It is.
That's heavy thing to say.
I mean, in America, period. Like, since this happened, there's been murders every week in the metropolitan area. It's ridiculous. Like, every week, it's been more than one.
And why do you bring that up? Who's doing the murder?
I mean, I don't know exactly who. I just know that they're...
Oh, you were getting to it. Sure you were.
I'm saying
you got an idea who.
Black on black.
I think that's what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely speaking about that because I spoke to a councilwoman before when I was going on a show, and I asked her, what are you guys going to do, or when are you going to talk about the black on black crime? Not that this is not important. You know, I have much sympathy and empathy with the family and everything like that. I'm just saying, since this has happened, there's been multiple murders, sometimes a week. You know, that means, just like more than 2 or 3. You know, kids.
Yeah.
And no one's outraged. No one, I don't hear the outrage. I've talked to some people and they say, well, we're going to do this and another. But it's not as loud of a voice as what we have heard when it comes to going against the police. I just think that the voice needs to be just as loud. It needs to be you need to be just as furious about it because it's definitely an epidemic across the nation.
What do we do about that? What's the solution?
I don't know exactly what the solution is. I just think that people need to change the way they think. Just because you feel different than I do does not make you wrong, so to speak.
Okay, we got another Twitter question.
No, the boss wants you to remind people who you're talking to if people are jumping in.
All right, jumping in. Tell me your name again.
Delina
Jones. She owns beauty parlor here
911 Hair Salon
on West Flores in Ferguson, the place that got torn up
a
couple months ago, and business is rough.
Yes, business has been, my clients call every day asking me what's going on.
Are you going to move?
I have not planned on it.
Going to stick it out. I hope y'all don't burn your town down, because I'm from Detroit. We never recovered from burning our town down.
I know. I was in Detroit, and that's what I was saying. I seen it, and it hasn't recovered.
Do you think this town's going to burn?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't think so.
This thing's locked down more than the Boston Marathon. You're going to have some people.
I don't think that the town is going to burn and do all that. However, I do think that some people have said, oh my God, he called in the National Guard. Well, let me ask you this.
Yep.
So if someone was threatening your home and your family, and it's just a threat, but will you take that serious?
Well, now you're asking me a loaded question because I'm supposed to be the reporter, but I'll answer that.
Okay.
I think it didn't add much to the temperature here. I think it turned it up. Mm-hmm. Having said that, it's responsible to be prepared.
There you go.
Like, I don't want to see this town be torn up.
There you
I don't want to see people die.
There you go.
Right? I don't. I believe in law and order, but I also believe in fairness.
Exactly.
Some equity.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to get any, because in this country, lots of people are getting poor.
Yeah.
And what we're going to need from our police is to be part of the community and understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being over there and militarized. But I also understand, as you were saying, there's people are crazy out here.
Well, I tell you what.
Don't touch the cops.
No, I definitely wouldn't touch a cop. But I'm going to tell you this. Until something started affecting your home and your kids, now, I can't speak for everybody else, but I was literally here when my children was traumatized by someone breaking inside my business where I pay rent and pay bills at. Now, everybody feel differently because no one came and broke into their homes, or some business did not get broken into. And if it did, it might not have happened while they were there. And that's fine. I'm okay with people and their opinions. I'm not going to hate you because you feel differently from me, or ostracize you because you feel differently from me. However, I think that people should have some type of understanding that someone else feels differently from you. And that's...
Well, I tell you what, here's my feeling. You come into my home, I'm dropping you.
That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Fact of life.
That's all I'm saying. So if the threat is there, then the threat is real because it's a threat. So when you start throwing threats out, people take that serious.
Are you going to stay down here and protect your place?
For what?
In case people try to break into it.
Oh, no.
No?
It's a building.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Thank God I have neighbors and things like that have, did the best that they can out here to protect the businesses. But we only, it's 2 or you or 3 of you against, 15 or whatever. You just never know. I just think that life, at least my life and my kids' life, is more valuable than...
All right, hey, look, I love you.
Thank you.
Nicola's hair needs to be dried.
She should be dry.
We got our next guest coming up.
Antoine.
You're awesome. It's Antoine. It's Anton, I do believe.
Anton.
See ya. Cool.
Why you wave back at me, Anton? How you doing?
Oh, we got a question for her? Come on in, Anton. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Scoop from DC wants to know,
Scoop from DC wants to know.
is it black on black crime the biggest issue in the criminal justice system?
Is black on black crime the biggest issue in the criminal justice system?
Is it black on black crime? I think it is.
It's clogging up the system?
Yeah.
That's one half of it. And the other half, the other part, the problem with the judicial system is the profiling of blacks. Hey, wait, you use the big one, dude. Sit down. See you. Hey, Anton, you going to be out here these next couple nights?
Yes.
You promise to look out for her place?
Oh, I'm always looking out for her.
Sweet.
I just said he's one of my neighbors at the barber's clipper field. And
You work at you're a barber.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, give me this chair. Good to see you.
You just make me get up like that?
Love you.
Oh, wow.
you-
Now the friendship's over.
You called my thing small. She called my thing small. Get out of here.
It's noticeably smaller. See you guys later.
So what do you think of this? Pretty small, huh? Anyway, good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you also.
Tell the viewing audience who you are.
My name is Anton Drummond, and I'm a barber in Ferguson.
Now, Anton, you were telling me earlier, fuck the police. That's what you were telling me.
Pretty much so.
Go ahead and say it then. Go ahead, warm yourself up. Do you really mean that?
Do I really mean that?
Dude, let's be for real. Do you really mean that?
I think a lot of people mean that.
Do you?
I mean that.
Why?
Because of the racial profiling out here. Not only here, it's just around the world. Police out here, they just not fair.
Like in what way?
White or black. With the racial profiling.
What do you mean?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Like for instance, yeah.
If a white cop pulled you over,
Yep.
you more likely to get a ticket and be on your way. But if a cop pull me over, they gonna pull me out the car, they gonna handcuff me, they gonna sit me on the curb, they gonna check my car, and they gonna check me.
Why you think they're doing that?
Racial profiling. Look at the color difference. You white, I'm black.
But you think people like fear blacks?
I don't think people fear blacks, but I think they do have some type of fear for us.
Well, do you know that 60% of all police killings in the United States are on white people? Do you know there's things going on in the trailer park?
I didn't know things was going on in the trailer park like that.
Yeah, dude.
That's a shame.
So maybe there's another thing called class.
True. But they wouldn't know if I live middle class, if I'm poor, or if I'm rich.
Point.
They look at me as a thug because of my appearance. But they don't know I make really good money.
How much you make?
I'm not going to do
Good. Tell me.
I'm not going to, no. I'm not
Are you
gonna
married?
say that. No, I'm single.
Ladies, Anton's married. He makes really good money. Nice guy. Good to your children?
No, I'm single with 2 kids. Of course, I am a working father, and I do take care of my boys.
Wait. You take care of your boys?
Right, I'm a father to my
Maybe I was profiling there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, what do you think we're going to leave the kids do? Because the other part is, there's no work in America. That creates an issue. And it creates one for the police because people go crazy.
That to be an issue. That's why we out here. That's why we gonna protest, because we want to see change. There hasn't been any change. There will be no change. Ferguson just gave us what they call a Ferguson commission. Be for real.
Yeah, be
What
for
is the
real.
commission going to do for us?
I mean,
what
I agree.
is the commission going to do for the city of Ferguson? Probably nothing. Because when it's all said and done, and if Darren Wilson is acquitted, nothing's going to change. Nothing. The racial profiling, how cops treat us, how we incarcerated by the cops, the judicial system is bad. Nothing's going to change. If it didn't change back then, during the riots in 1967 in Detroit,
Yeah, point.
it's not going to change now.
Yeah, I think, I went to that announcement with the governor and the Blue Panel Commission to study what's wrong in Ferguson, and we'll give you our findings in a year, and the recommendations aren't binding. So it's sort of like, everybody behave, we'll look into it, and then...
Yeah, when they look into it, what's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Okay, what is it you want then?
First of all, I just want jobs for the community, for people in America. Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with the violence and the looting. No, that's not fair. But you can't peacefully protest for injustice. And me being a black man growing up, I've always been taught not to trust the police, and I don't. I teach my sons that. And that's mainly through the experiences that I've been going through and I've seen my friends go through.
So if the police stop shaking people down, that's a good step?
No, that ain't no good step. That's going to keep going.
But if they stop, see, because the thing is we can't do anything about poverty in the short term, but we can do stuff about profiling. Would that ease things?
Right. Like, what can we do about profiling? That's always going to go on, no matter where you go.
You don't think we're ever going to get over that?
No, we ain't going to never get over it. If America don't sit down and talk about how racist this country is, we'll never get over it. Never.
Well, how's it racist? What about doing for yourself and building yourself?
Oh, I do for myself and I build myself.
I didn't mean you. I just meant in general. You know what I mean?
Hey,
you could complain or you could put your life together.
Some people out here just don't have it. They don't have the drive and the ambition that I have as a black man. Me being in this world, I got to raise two black, strong, young men to be productive African-American citizens in the United States.
Do you think they got to work harder just to get there because they're black?
Of course. I think everybody that's white, things are handed to them.
Jay Duncan wants to know, how do you incorporate change?
What does that mean, Jay Duncan? How do you incorporate change? You want to riff on that one?
No, I don't riff on that one.
I don't even know what it means.
Tell Jay Jones to tweet me how do he incorporate change.
Sorry, man, I don't know how to incorporate it. First of all, we haven't even figured out what needs to be changed. That's why Anton's sitting here.
The judicial system needs to be changed. Because if you look online, and if
you go to a courthouse around here,
oh man,
there'll be 150 black people in there.
It'd be way more
white people. It's crazy.
It's way more black people than there will ever be white people. So it's just like these communities out here are preying on the black people out here.
Okay, how about this then? What about black responsibility, right? Let me, for instance, the world's looking at the pictures. Okay, unarmed black kid gets shot. They show up like military. Let me finish this. Show up like military. And then dudes are ripping off tires and rims.
Well, that's just stupidness. And if you read the papers...
That ain't the majority?
No, that's not the majority. That's not people from Ferguson. Those are people that don't live in Ferguson.
Opportunists.
Exactly. I don't live in Ferguson, but I work in Ferguson. So I'm not an opportunist. I work for everything I got and want and continue to work for it. And I will be out here protesting, but once it gets violent, I'm out because I'm not for that.
Wait a minute, you said you were going to protect the place.
Of course, not with guns, just my presence being here.
Right on, man.
If
they continue to protest.
Is that going to lead to more violence?
Will protesting lead to violence?
I don't think so.
I don't either, man.
I don't think so. I think people in Ferguson want better. I think everybody around the world want better. And this is our chance to show America that your voice can be heard and change can come without any violence.
But you just said a little while ago it can't. How you doing, white guy? Nice to see you, man. Come on in. Come on. What do you think about black folks?
We're all the same soul.
What do you think about this dude?
I don't even know him.
Right.
First of all, my name's Mark.
Hey, Mark. Martin or Mark?
My name's
Hey, Mark.
Mark.
This is Anton. I'm Charlie.
No, he's not a cop. Ask the cop that. He ain't gonna tell you we all the same soul.
You're out here. If somebody sets on him, would you stick your head in there to pull him out, even though you didn't know him?
Yeah, of course. Because I think he would probably do the same for me.
Would you do the same for him?
This is what I'm all about.
Weed out hate, sow the seeds of peace. a Judaic tribute to Martin Luther King. You Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they got a history. Well, how do you see this as a Jewish man?
I think there is an elegant eloquence between the process of rooting out 230, 240 years of racism in the United States and anti-Semitism throughout the world. And when African Americans and Jews come together as brothers with that intention, we form the kind of spiritual magma that can cleanse a lot of problems, cleanse a lot of hate from people.
You know, that's what I was saying. I was like, if you get poor white people and there's more of them than anybody, and you get them in too, then you really got a big chair at the table.
We'll see. The funny thing about it is that
jump in any time, Anton.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is that you don't have to be poor to get into this.
Thank you.
Money shields you from a lot of this sensation, but it will take the kind of grassroots initiative of the masses to weed out hate, and everyone else will follow along.
I'd be like this. I say this. America's like a shit sandwich. The more bread you got, the less shit you taste.
All right.
Right? Without doubt.
Without a doubt.
All right. You want to... Hey, Joy, come on in. Say hello. Say hello to L.A. and everything.
Hello,
come on in, Joy.
Hello, everyone.
Joy, what you think your future looks like?
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, it's crazy. I don't even know.
You live around here?
Yes, I'm not far from here.
Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm actually here from school. I go to school in Nashville, and I'm honestly ready to go back. Like, I'm scared of what the verdict will be.
Or the outcome.
Or the outcome, just period. I'm just scared. Like,
basically,
I'm ready to go
we
back.
already know what the outcome's going to be.
See, but that makes me sad.
They're gonna acquit him. He's not going to.
He's not on trial. They're not going to try him.
The police. You see and read that the police are gearing up for war.
See, you know what makes me sad about this? Being a Detroiter, beautiful young minds feel like they got to move away. And then nothing ever gets fixed or changed.
Right.
They've already started canceling school for Monday and Tuesday, well, the whole week, because they don't know
what's going to happen.
When it's coming up.
We pretty much know what's going to happen.
But we don't know when, right?
We don't know when. Yeah. And they've said that they're gonna enforce martial law. And I'm scared, honestly.
Well, good luck, kid.
Thank you.
All right. Now I'm gonna say this, and then you can give them the last thoughts. All right. It's important to know, like, keep calm. The media's stirring the pot here. There was no bomb found yesterday on the Black Panthers. Not true. There's been 0 killings, 0 police sent to the hospital with a serious injury. There's been 25 windows broken. Okay, there was a couple of lootings, but it hasn't gone off the hook, and we got to remember that. We got to keep calm, look at it for what's real.
You're right. All I want to say is to people from Ferguson and all around the world, we do have a right to protest and to assemble peacefully and to have our voices heard. With the looting and everything that's going on and all the violence, I don't condone it.
Don't do
whatever the verdict may be tomorrow, you best believe I will protest, but I will protest in a peaceful way. And I'm just asking all the people who's watching this, and if you're a part of this movement, because this is a movement, this is history making, if you're going to protest, do it peacefully.
Well said. And you said it's going to come tomorrow, but you don't know that for sure.
I don't know. It might come tomorrow. It's looking like that because my sons are out of school for the rest of the week. Their last day was supposed to be Wednesday of this week coming up, but instead they're out of school.
Nope. Listen, man, thank you. And when you see me out here, look out for my ass, would you?
Always.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. God bless America, man.
God bless you too.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you. Oh, one last question, Anton. One more.
Detroit Lions for the New England Patriots tomorrow.
You put me on the spot with that one. You know, I like both teams.
Where's it at, though?
So,
oh, it's in New England in the cold, and the Tigers are.
And
the Lions are a dome team.
Yeah, I don't think.
They could beat Tom Terrific.
Sorry.
Tom Terrific, man. I got to go with Tom
so.
Terrific.
I think New England's going to get it.
Have you ever seen a dude throw a ball like Tom Brady? That guy can throw a ball like a dart.
Hey. Let me see.
Go Lions. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean?
I think the Patriots are going to take it.
Yeah, I know, but we need a winner in Detroit, man. It's been rough.
All right.
Thanks, man. Okay. Well, that's it from Ferguson. We'll be back sometime. We'll tweet you out, let you know. Thank you. Good night. And time.
Thanks a lot.